Hello viewers, welcome back. Today we are fighting back against the slow burn. This is a list for the impatient, for the movie lovers who want to be grabbed by the collar in the first 10 minutes and not let go until the credits roll. I've dug through Prime to find 10 incredible movies that hook you instantly. So grab your popcorn, get comfy, and let's dive right in. First up, a movie that proves real life is scarier than fiction, Ron Howard's 13 Lives. This film is based on the incredible true story of the Thai cave rescue in 2018. From the moment those boys and their coach enter the cave, you feel the walls closing in. There's no slow setup, you're dropped right into the action. Monsoon rains are flooding the only way out. The film brings in Viggo Mortensen and Colin Farrell as the expert British cave divers, and their task seems absolutely impossible. But the direction is masterful. It creates a sense of claustrophobia and urgency that is just relentless. It's a powerful story of heroism and ingenuity that will grip you from the very first frame and not let go until the very end. It's a must-watch. If you like your mysteries dark, twisty, and with a side of the macabre, then you need to watch The Raven. This 2012 thriller has a brilliant premise. What if Edgar Allan Poe, played by John Cusack, was alive during the time that his stories were being written? And what if a copycat killer was using his stories as inspiration for their own crimes? Talk about a perfectly dark and twisty mystery. The film follows Poe as he teams up with the police to try and stop a serial killer who is targeting young women and leaving clues from Poe's stories at each crime scene. As the body count rises, Poe becomes more and more convinced that the killer is targeting him specifically. And when the killer kidnaps his love, Emily, played by Alice Eve, the stakes are raised to a whole new level. The Raven is a dark and grisly thriller that will keep you on the edge of your seats until the very end. So if you're a fan of adult mysteries with a touch of the supernatural, then I highly recommend The Raven. Okay, now I'm going to cleanse the palates and pivot from dark and gritty to pure, unadulterated joy with How to Train Your Dragon. Don't scroll past thinking it's just a kid's movie. His village is full of dragon slayers, but he can't bring himself to kill any dragons, much to the chagrin of his over-the-top evil father. But when Hiccup shoots down the most feared dragon of all, a Night Fury, and takes it back to his village, he discovers something incredible. The dragon is actually a beautiful, majestic creature, and the moment he befriends it and takes it for a ride, it's pure magic. I have chills just thinking about it. This film has more heart, soul, and breathtaking action than most live-action blockbusters. We meet Hiccup, an awkward Viking kid who just doesn't fit in. This is a beautiful story about friendship and courage that will soar from beginning to end. Are you looking for something to watch tonight? Check out Shotgun Wedding on Prime Video. Jennifer Lopez and Duhamel star as Darcy and Tom, a couple who are getting married. They've invited their families to a lavish destination wedding on a private island. And the supporting cast, including the legendary Jennifer Coolidge, is equally fantastic. The movie is a wild ride from start to finish. It's got everything you could want in an action comedy, including car chases, explosions, shootouts, and even a little bit of romance. But when pirates storm the island and take everyone hostage, including the bride and groom, they have to put aside their differences and work together to save the day. I gotta say, the chemistry between Lopez and Duhamel is off the charts. The plot is a bit silly at times, but it's so much fun, and the action sequences are truly thrilling. If you're a fan of movies like The Lost City or Night and Day, you'll definitely enjoy this one. For something completely different, check out the 2022 film Nanny. This film is less about a frantic pace and more about a deep psychological hook that gets under your skin from the opening scene. The story follows Aisha, a Senegalese immigrant who is working as a nanny for a wealthy New York couple so that she can save money to bring her son over to the US. Nanny is a must-watch for fans of psychological horror and a great recommendation for those looking for something a bit different. While it's not a jump scare fest, the sense of dread is immediate. The tension in the apartment is palpable. And it's a surreal, haunting visions rooted in West African folklore that truly pull you in. These moments are beautiful, terrifying, and deeply symbolic of her anxiety and displacement. Anna Dibop gives a powerhouse performance, and you're hooked by the mystery of what's real and what's in her mind. Speaking of atmospheric and unforgettable, let's look ahead to a film that is destined to be a gothic masterpiece, Robert Eggers' Nosferatu. This is from the visionary director of The Witch and The Lighthouse, so you know it's going to be a full-on experience. The hook here is the talent involved and the chilling premise. Bill Skarsgård, Pennywise himself, is playing the ancient vampire Count Orlok, opposite Lily Rose Depp and Nicholas Hoult. The story is a tale of obsession between a haunted young woman and the terrifying vampire who stalks her. Everything we've seen so far, from the casting to the stark black and white visuals, promises a descent into a stylish, authentic, and genuinely horrifying nightmare. You don't even need to see the movie to be hooked. The idea of it is an instant grab. From a gothic nightmare to a pop superstar's dream, but with a twist so wild you have to see it to believe it. Get ready for Better Man, the musical biopic about the one and only Robbie Williams. It's a bold, bizarre, and utterly unique creative choice that guarantees this is not your standard biopic. You'll press play out of sheer curiosity and stay for the phenomenal music and the raw emotional story. So what's the hook? It's directed by the man behind The Greatest Showman, and it chronicles Robbie's incredible life. But here it is the kicker. For much of the film, Robbie is portrayed by a CGI chimpanzee. You heard me right. Williams himself felt like a performing monkey in his career, and the filmmakers ran with him. How can you not be instantly intrigued by that? It is one of a kind. Let's dig up a hidden gem that is an absolute blast. If you like your horror movies with a heavy dose of dark, twisted humor, you need to check out Blood Punch. The premise is Groundhog Day if it were a meth-fueled violent thriller. A chemistry student named Milton breaks out of rehab to cook a huge batch of meth for a manipulative woman and her ex-co-pilot boyfriend. Things go bad, people die, and then the day resets. All three of them are trapped in an endless time loop in a cursed cabin where the violence just keeps escalating. It's clever, it's gory, it's darkly funny, and it keeps you guessing the whole way through. It's a low-budget indie horror that punches way above its weight. From one indie horror hit to another that absolutely exploded, let's talk about Talk to Me. This movie became a viral sensation for a reason. It's terrifyingly fresh. Get out your phone and tell me, have you seen it? Would you see it? Let me know and follow for all the horror. The hook is one of the best I've seen in years. A group of teens discovers a creepy embalmed hand that allows them to get possessed by spirits for 90 seconds. They turn it into a party game, chasing a supernatural high. The first time you see that hand used, the film has your hooks in you deep. The film, directed by YouTube legends Danny and Michael Philip Hugh, feels terrifyingly modern. The practical effects are gnarly, the tension is almost unbearable, and lead actress Sophie Wilde gives a stunning performance as Mia, a girl whose grief makes her play the game one too many times. It is a full-throttle horror ride from the moment the first spirit is summoned. Finally, we end with a film that is powerful, profound, and will stick with you long after the credits roll. Taylor Sheridan's Wind River is not just a thriller, it's a film with a purpose, and it hooks you with a haunting, chilling opening. Jeremy Renner plays a U.S. Fish and Wildlife agent on a desolate Wind River Indian reservation who discovers the frozen body of a young Native American woman. The film drops you right into the brutal landscape and the immediate aftermath of a tragedy. FBI agent Jane Banner, played by Elzen Olsen, arrives completely unprepared for the harsh realities of the environment. The mystery is immediately compelling, the performances are incredible, and the film's stark, tense atmosphere grabs you from that very first heartbreaking scene and never lets go. It's a masterpiece of suspense and storytelling. And that's the list. So, what are your go-to no slow burn movies? What did I miss? Drop your recommendations in the comments below. Let's build the ultimate community watch list. Thank you so much for hanging out today. If you had fun, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss our next deep dive. I'm Block, and this is Filmflix. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.